The Huawei Nova 10. Is this the ultimate selfie phone? We're looking at the Nova 10 in this video and testing out those selfie capabilities. Good day, you beautiful people. Welcome to LAZADA Tech, where we do tech in your life in style. You guys, today's video is all about the Huawei Nova 10, which is part of the Huawei Nova 10 series. Now, if you've been a long-time watcher of this channel, you know that I like the Nova series phones. Mostly because they're the best looking in terms of color and style, and they're usually very specifically catered to my needs, which is a good-looking phone with capable cameras. Now, before we move on to the bulk of this video, a special shout out to Huawei for making this video happen. And so now on this vid, we move on to the Nova 10, which is the mid phone. Mid to the Nova series, of course, which has a Nova 10 Pro and then the Nova 10 SE. So this device is in the middle of the two. Now listen, I have high expectations for this phone, so in this video, we're gonna do first impressions and we're gonna do some samples of the things that I expect this phone to do well on. Selfies. Yeah, let's move on to the first part. Okay, so I first saw these phones at IFA in Germany and I was just like, holy moly, those are pretty phones. Mostly because I get drawn to really shiny, pretty things, and well, look at this. The Nova 10 that I got is in silver, and normally I'd be very unexcited about a silver phone, but look at the sheer detail of this phone on the camera module. I love how eye-catching that is, and it perfectly matches my love for gold accessories. For the less flashy, this phone is also available in Starry Black and in Provence. Another pretty lavender phone because Provence is where all the pretty lavender is. Get the Provence. So yes, it is a good looking phone and it's a sleek phone too. This is actually the thinnest Nova phone ever at 6.88 millimeters. 6.88 millimeters. And that means it feels good in hand. It's very comfortable to hold, especially if you have smaller hands like me. And that texture on this phone, how matte it is and how it just repels smudges, it's a very nice hand touch feel. Hand touch feel. I mean, you get what I mean. Like, it's nice to feel, to hold. You get the idea. But yeah, it is a very blingy phone and I like. Now up front, that is a curved display with a fingerprint sensor on it. And that's also a 120Hz screen with an adaptive screen refresh rate depending on apps you use. So you're able to balance that smooth screen experience with prolonging your battery life. And speaking of battery, this thing reps 4000 milliamp hour battery power with 66 watt charging. Now in terms of cameras, this thing features a 60 megapixel selfie camera up front, and on the back we have a 50 megapixel main shooter, an 8 megapixel wide, and a macro shooter as well. Now you know me, the main thing that I've wanted to test are the selfies, so let's get to it. And so with that selfie camera, you can get selfies on 1x, but then you can go wider at 0.8, and then you can even go the widest at its wide setting. That just means more people, things, and sceneries in your selfies, which I love. Now that's not a 60 megapixel selfie shooter for nothing. This means you can shoot your selfies in high res, which means you get all the details even if you zoom in. So for example, this wide selfie of me can be a zoomed in selfie of me and the skeleton. And what's also great is you can use that wide selfie camera for vlogging. So I'm shooting in 1080p. This is 0.8, but you can go even wider, back to 0.8. And this is normal 1x. It gets better. This is 4K now with a front-facing camera. So if you're the type to vlog and wanting to shoot in 4K, you'll be able to use this phone. This is 1x, but you can do 0.8x and wide. Nice! With the rear cameras, we're shooting in 1080p. This is 1x and you can shoot up until 6x Back to, well, not 1x. You can do wide and you can also do, wait. This is, but you can also do 0.9 and back to 1x, well, 1.2x. And yes, 4K also works the same way. We are at wide, 0.9x, 0.1x, and you can zoom up until 6x. And this is 4K now with the rear cameras. Just an example of the dual view mode, and yeah, it's pretty useful for content creators because it gives you both the front and back cameras at the same time. Yes, we're having coffee right now. AI color is also a thing which will ensure that you are always the star of whatever vlog you have. And then there's portrait video, which means that there'll be a live bokeh on your video just like this. There are also pre-made video templates so that if you're a video creator, you can shoot stuff like this really easily and the phone will edit it for you. All you really need to do is hold the camera up and shoot. So low light photos impressed me, but what really impressed with this phone are the low light portraits. Just look at the AI processing that makes this photo way better. On portrait mode, I especially love playing with the blur mode because it gives you that nice little motion effect in the background. Low light selfies also look good on this phone, including low light selfie portrait shots. And that was our look at the Huawei Nova 10. Obviously packing very capable cameras and an impressive selfie camera. I like. All details on pricing and availability that I have on this phone will be down in the description. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. If you want to see me do a camera vlog test or a social media test, comment below. That's it for today. If you want to see how I use my tech on a daily basis, find me online. That's IsaDoes_ on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Until next time.